Hello, this is a pretty intense and wild game played on IGS between 4Q and 5Q on one handicap, so just half a point call me. Black won pretty big by 30 points, and it could have been even bigger if Black kills the group on the right side instead of losing a bunch of stones in the fight. So let's have a look. White it's aggressive right away. He could go for the empty corner, but maybe because it's a one handicap game, he wants to be more active in the beginning. So Black is very calm. Yeah, usually Black plays this Kosumi to prevent being pressed down, but having the empty corner available, Black could go for it, even if White will put pressure in the top. So Black can accept being pressed down in the top because anyway, there's going to be some territory in that area. And in the meantime, there are 3 corners against 1 in this uh, opening. But nothing wrong to play the Kosumi calm, because normally here, White will extend for a base, and then Black still has the chance to go for the empty corner. But White can just leave the exchange like this in the top left corner and take the empty corner. Interesting to see this c17 attach. Usually White should extend to c12 and later decide whether to play c17, b17. But this actually helps Black become stronger in the local area. Instead of going down, usually here White connects solid because this prepares the honey in the corner or the extension on the side. So when Black descends to take away the base, White will extend to set up the base. And if Black plays away, then it's very comfortable for White to block the corner in order to keep eye shape. But it's still a bit too early for White to play c17. Now here Black can go for the empty corner, which he did. That's fine. Also locally it's okay to put pressure on the left side like this in order to punish White for taking the c17 too early. And now either take the empty corner or extend in the top to set up a moyo. But I guess Black will have the opportunity to push and press a d14 later as well. So far so good. Now White attacks, that's okay. Black plays calm this schema. The extension on the 4th line, it's a bit questionable. Normally it's still better to play on the 3rd line. So when Black approaches r10, White can just ignore. Now when White step up to the 4th line and Black approaches r10, this will leave the 2 stones a little bit thin. So if White plays away again, Black will take away the base with a Kema or even invade r7. Therefore, for White it's necessary to play another move locally, like r8 or s8, s9 or kick. And the problem is, White is still thin even after he plays again, and it kinda helps Black get stronger on the side. So it's not so great to play on the 4th line here. Black went away to f3, that's a big point. It's still interesting to put pressure at d14, and of course consider r10 right away. But f3 it's a big Fuseki point. White pincers. Well, White is aggressive from the start. Normally White should just connect defend calm the corner, then when Black extends back, White should attack the top right. So when this pincer is played, Black should consider the double approach right away. There are all kinds of Josekis here, and the double Kakari will be played soon. But here White can attach on the left or attach the bottom side, then Black can enter the corner, leave inside the corner, and if White extends again, then kick again, and jump between the groups. So that's possible. This L3 is also playable to prevent the M3 approach, but then White can either defend the corner or play a kick or attach on top. Well, White preferred to jump out, then Black can still play the double approach, so this is good for Black overall. Now Tsuke here, Hane is natural, Nobi, and then just push. Instead of pushing, Black should consider the attach or the Sansan. In this case, White will probably block the bottom side because he invested J3, J5 to make a little box on the bottom. Then Black will connect, wedge to create some cutting points and make a strong wall, and then turn. But Black is happy with the territory on the left side. And even if f3 is lost for now, it still keeps some margin inside the moyo. So later on, for example, Black can use J2 in order to reduce Incente and then also Hane and connect, which later will activate the IGS at f3, so white needs to protect again. In the end, white doesn't build so much in this area, and black will build territory both on the left side and reinforce the bottom area. So it's good to think about c3. This is an option too. Take the corner, and then it makes j3 and j5 feel a little bit wasted. Now here white could block. In the game, white played very conservative. The block is an option. If black will push and cut, then white can also cut and start a fight here. So when white played the double up, this is comfortable for black. Black can push along or play the Keima. This kind of jump leaves a few cutting points, and that can be a little more dangerous. So simply push, and when white goes down, play away. Attack the group on the left. Later on, it's good to block here, but right now, it's okay to extend or take a Shimari, approach the right side. There are many big points. So black got the push, the jump in the corner, then white pushes to create some cutting points, but he didn't use these cutting points. So white can cut right away here. Black will generally try to catch the stones, so Atari and descent. Then white gets a forcing move, the Atari on the outside. It's also possible to play the Keima or cut like this and play several Ataris, but it's good enough to play one Atari. And now there are still two cutting points, b3 and b5. So if white cuts b3 and black captures the stone, white will Atari and take back the left side. So now black has to extend for a base here also. And if black will keep the stones on the left side, white can capture in a ladder. So now white actually punishes the jump at c3 using the cuts. But white just blocked, and now black can play b2 and connect. Then there is no problem anymore. Later, black can capture a d2 instant. So black goes away unpunished. There are still some cutting points here. So instead of going down, once again, white can use this combination to sacrifice the two stones, then cut on the outside and go down. Now white will capture both stones. So black got to play away, and this is big, puts a lot of pressure on the three stones in the corner. White finally is using the cut and the RG, but here black can also consider b6. The problem is white has this kind of move and set up a ladder. So when black goes down, white can ladder like this. And the ladder is good. It passes by r16, but in this case, black will connect under. It's a bit painful though, because white doesn't really have to connect the three stones now. So actually it's a good decision for black to go down at b8, because even if white captures the stones in the corner like this, it's going to be gote for white. So now black will surround the top left group, which can live, but again, it's not a very happy life. Oh, white played this Atari first. Well, here, just Atari once from the outside, then sacrifice. But now, white can leave the position as it is and take care of the corner group. So either turn or attach and come out. To fix that group, it's more urgent. This fight seems unreasonable for white. So now white is looking for the ladder, but black can just capture the two stones and is done. Going out shows more fighting spirit, but here white can play a few forcing moves and then try to attack c12. But well, black can still fight. So that's why it was unreasonable to play d8 and then extend d9. This is an interesting move, but it doesn't help so much because it doesn't put pressure on the left side. So here the natural move for black is to play d14. It's around the top left corner. Now if white pushes like this to make more space and then leaves in the corner, it's very easy for black to surround the other stones on the left side. So playing a Keima like this, it's actually preparation to kill the 3 stones. If white comes out in the center, black will either push in the corner or block like this and go for the kill in the top left. So simply jump out. When black jumps like this, white can go out with this group, and then it's a little bit, it's one step late. When surround the corner like that, white can leave. And if you take away the base in the corner, white can use these moves and again make some eye shape, which kind of happens. So attach, Hane, very good. Black should keep pushing and surround the group, but he's still struggling with that group. Even if white jumps out here, it's not such a big deal. This group can still be attacked because it's on the run. The bottom is in trouble, top left is not completely secure. But anyway, the feeling is good to play f10 and surround the 3 stones on the left side. So this was actually the first critical fight of the game. Nice to step ahead and build territory on the 5th line in the top. So white is forced to push from behind and gets neutral points. This is fine. And now when white cuts here, black can actually Atari from the right. This gives white a double empty triangle when he connects. And then either turn like this to take away Liberty or Kosumi. Kosumi is good enough to win the semi. White has these 4C moves, but it's not going to increase the liberties much. And then when white starts going for a capture race, black can just connect here. Now there is a squeeze, Atari and everything. So white needs to protect. Then black will take away liberty. There are 1, 2, 3, 4 liberties against 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So no way for white to fight this semi. Hane, Atari again. Then there are 4 against pretty much 2 liberties. So black doesn't even have to play here anymore. Just play away. So black could actually win the capturing race on the left side without a ko. So this move seems promising too. Hane, okay. Throw in, that's fine. And Atari. But in fact, black could just block first and see how white is going to develop this fight. And use the squeeze a little later in the fight. There's really not so much 1, 2, 3 and the ko. Yeah, this is done because here white can black can capture this ko, but black can start another ko by throwing in. So then when white captures this ko, black will take the other one. And when white takes back the ko, black will, oops, I meant in a different way. So tuck. Yeah, if white plays a ko threat somewhere and white takes back this ko, black will throw in and start another one. So it's a double ko, which means black will win the race. So throw in, Atari, turn, that's good. White plays the center 4C move, pushes out, this is all forced, got a block. On this Atari, it's good to capture the ko first. If white plays Atari from the outside, the semi is finished. So white needs to play a ko threat first. Let's say here, we answer, takes back. And now, as a local ko threat, black will go out, white goes out, and then take back the ko. So this way, it's already a little gain for black, because white had to waste 1 ko threat already. So now white went out, take the ko, Atari captured, that's good. Now take away a liberty. So if, yeah, difficult ko for white. This ladder, it's hopeless, because every time white plays an Atari, black can capture the ko. Very good. So try to connect. Atari, take back, go out. Yeah, nice to capture. And then just eliminate the ko. So black didn't lose much. Just 2 stones in the corner, and the left side is pretty large. This is already pretty much game over. But of course, nobody will resign at this stage of the game. Especially players who are considered slightly stronger at the start of the game, like in this case, giving one handicap. So White is still hoping he can pull it out. So here White can play R11, prevent R10, but maybe he felt the group in the corner is still in danger because Black can surround it. But luckily, this can live. So that felt a little bit too slow. Very good for Black to get this R10 point. Of course, White jumps inside, he's desperate. Then Black removes the base, very good. Lots of thin stones for White running out. And now the second critical moment of the game is coming up. It's not necessary to play the peep. Here, Black can push from behind and try to catch the entire group. Also, Black can play a Kosumitsuke, threatening to connect under and in the meantime keep White baseless and then turn. So this will be actually very difficult for White because the group is surrounded and there are no eye shapes at all. So the peep makes White heavy, but then yeah, here it's probably better to double up R3. Anyway, White is on the run, so we'll probably go out like that. And there is no problem for Black to make eyes on the right side. This kind of move, even if it looks more flexible, leaves some agi around disattach and then cut, push along, and White can use lots of forcing moves like that to reinforce the group. So White turns this direction. So here, if Black cuts, White will Atari, Black plays here, White captures a stone, now Black can go for a net, giving one stone bait. And that's actually a false eye. Playing this move, it's an empty triangle, but the cut works, so not too bad. Now, White should actually just go out. He's in danger of dying big, so no time to invade. Playing this invasion puts all that group in jeopardy, and here, Black could profit very nice. That's a nice move to surround the group, but actually, Black can just turn O3. Usually when you turn O3, White has to capture the stone or play Atari to stay connected. Otherwise, there's Atari, Atari again, connect, White needs to leave small, and Black gets all the forcing moves on the outside, and then Black can damage the bottom or continue the fight in the middle. So, the thing is, when Black turns O3 and White defends, then it's much easier to kill the group on the right. But even so, this Kosum is nice to surround the group. Then White is trying to escape to the middle, tuck, 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 okay, then push. And actually on this push, Black can just descend. Then White will push again, Black will block. If White cuts in the corner, you take the stone, Atari capture, there's a double Atari coming up, so White needs to protect, and then Black has time to defend in the center too. So now the group is just dead. If White cuts the other way, Black will defend the corner again, either Q2 or R2 to keep some eye shape. Again, White needs to protect against the cut, and then connect in the center, so the group will die. This semi-eye, it's impossible for... Actually, well, there is no semi-eye, oops. Black can already make eyes in the corner, but White doesn't. So this way, Black wins big, but even so, it seems like it's a similar situation. So Atari wants that Atari takes away your own liberty, but still it's okay to connect here. Because in the corner, when White tries to make eyes like this, it's impossible to get two eyes. So Black can still live in the corner and White doesn't have any future prospects. So going down, it's Kote. Yeah, this is not necessary. Better Hane, Atari, and protect the center. If White captures, give him a stone, then leave in the corner. And that's it. These are the two eyes. One here and one in the corner. And all the dragon, it's around it. So this could be Black skill, and then White should resign at this stage. Now cut, then Atari, go out. And take this stone. So let's see here, what can Black do better? Push again, pock, 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 pock. Peep. Normally, black needs to protect here. Then if white comes out, you gotta give him the escape. Well, if white captures a stone, black doesn't answer. Yeah, now white is out, but at least he doesn't capture those stones. And here, it's a pity. White escaped by killing the stones that he shouldn't. So now there's not much to do. I mean, locally. But black is still way ahead, so it doesn't really impact the result of the game. Interesting way to connect. White could peep, attach, no B, play other moves, more flexible, jump. This looks so heavy. Playing a move like this kind of hurts the top corner, the top left group. So better play N18, and N18 is threatening to connect under at L18. And with N18, when white separates like this, for example, or simply goes down, it's not going to affect the group on the left so much. But playing this move, white can separate, then when you go up here, white can attach and damage on the left. Yeah, white first connected. This move is not necessary, just peep, and then play another peep and go down. If white pushes here, the corner is just strong enough. Yeah, the peep is very good. This connection is pretty good too. White can still block here in center to keep the eye shape. But no matter what white does, is behind. That's a solid corner, very good. Yeah, playing here, white can connect in center, then come out. So actually for black, it may be interesting to play the tiger, I mean to prevent the tiger mount. And when white goes here, surround the group from the middle, white will descend to keep the eye shape. Then play a peep, another Keima, and proceed with normal endgame moves. Okay, that was good. Here black could play Atari, Atari again, and then some connection. But those moves can be played as co-threats too. Cover is center. Block. White needs to catch like this or connect solid. Then Kosumi to build some points in the center. This was Gote. So if Gote, it's better to go for bigger points. Connect, then push an Atari. It's still centered to block here. Even if white cuts one time, white needs to come back and capture the guys. If white goes out, white will lose the two stones and black escapes. So first block here, then white defends, and now go out like this. If white cuts and escapes, black will capture everything. Small details. Okay. Good to stay connected. The push is center too, because it will, if you cut next at 013, the group will die. So black needs, white needs to protect, and then separate the, try to separate the center stones. Push, connect, everything is safe, fine. This is not necessary. So if white plays away and black goes down, white will capture anyway. Not so hard to read. That was small too, going down at 18 for white. Better for white to block at N2. Because this is center, and in the corner, even if black plays the Hane, white can block, black needs to connect, and then white can fight the Ko. So in the end, white is not going, it's not guaranteed that white is going to lose 1 point. That's it. Yeah, it's done. This move is necessary, let's see. So if this and this, Atari, Black can make an eye. White doesn't. And if white jumps here, black can make the eye like this. Yeah, still not a seki. But okay, when 30 points ahead, you can play a move inside for safety. It's just that it's good to read all the time if it's really necessary to play or not. Anyway, a very solid win by black, and congrats on the co-fight on the left side, but should pay attention on the right and win the second fight too. Well done again and enjoy the review.